Hi, so I said I'd do a video of all the symptoms that Susie's had. It's now end of January 2023 and her diagnosis was in June. You saw those previous videos. If you didn't, please go and have a look and share them and tell everybody. I'm going to take you back to probably a year before that, if not more, before her diagnosis. And as some of you may know, she'd had a diagnosis of MS and she was struggling for a long time. Dave has to get involved. And she was struggling for a long time. Come here. And the first sort of symptoms that she was having was sickness, tired, extreme fatigue, headaches, and that was put down to the MS. So, you know, maybe forgive them for that. Well, I don't know. This video is really hard for me, so bear with me. And then moving on to maybe 6 months prior to her really finding out something was wrong, she couldn't pass urine. It was the flow was stopping. She'd had to force it out, and so she went to the doctor and told them, and she said, "I think I have got a water infection," because that's what you'd think that you did have if that was happening. And they took samples, sent them off. Inflammatory markers were there, but when they went to the lab and then came back, everything was negative. She hasn't got a water infection. She didn't have a water infection. But that's when they just dismiss you and tell you to go home. But hang on a minute, there's something wrong. They should have given her an option or said that you haven't got a water infection, but there's something else going on there. Maybe we can't check it out, but if you can, you know, do further investigations or go private or something, then, you know, you should do that. But of course, it's unethical for any doctor to tell you to go private because we pay for our NHS. So that was not going to work. She kept going back, saying the same thing. Please help me. There's something wrong. Anyway, after that, I can't go into massive detail because I don't ask her too much. If she offers anything up to me, then I'll give some more. Then the back pain, the bleeding. Again, she kept going back, saying that I'm bleeding all the time. Please, can you help me? There's something wrong. Again, she was dismissed. It was only in March 2022, 3 months-ish before her diagnosis, her terminal diagnosis, that somebody decided to do a ultrasound. So she went, the mobile ultrasound came round to the GP surgery. She went in, she said, "Oh girls, thank God you're doing this now, because I've just looked at the poster on your wall, the cervical cancer poster on the wall, and I've got every single one of those symptoms, and I have done for a long time." And they laughed at her. They just went, "Oh, okay, let's get it done." No empathy, no, let's just hold your hand and let's find out what's going on here and we're going to help you. Nothing like that. Just made her feel like she was just a number. In, out quick, because we've got to clock off and get home. They found a mass on her cervix and told her it was a fibroid and sent her home. I read in her diary later on that day, she wrote, "Thank goodness it's just a fibroid. I'm going to be all right. Thank God it's just a fibroid." It wasn't. She should have been listened to. A sonographer is qualified to tell you they've found something, but they're not qualified to tell you what it is. So if you ever need or have an ultrasound, they tell you they've found something and you're having some pretty horrible symptoms, or you know something's not right, do not take it as fact that that's a fibroid, because it might not be. It might not be. Then when her GP, she finally, after begging them again, there's bits falling out of me, please help me, I'm bleeding all the time, I've saturated a whole towel, if I move whatever I'm trying to plug this with, it's pouring out of me. She went to the hospital. She was lined up with about 5 to 8 ambulances, I think she said, outside, with people lined up in beds ready to be taken in. And she said to the paramedics, there's so many ambulances out there, and there's 2 paramedics with each person sat on a bed here, waiting to see what happens if somebody calls 999 now. And they said, oh, well, we've got to wait with you and chaperone you. So thinking of everybody else, she said, oh no, I can't have that. I can't have it. I need you to go and save other people. So the bleeding had stopped, so she went home. She then booked in to see a GP, thinking that would be a much better way to, see what was going on. Her GP finally, after months, decided to have a look, lifted her head and immediately said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to send you straight to the specialist gynaecologist at York Hospital. That gynaecologist at York Hospital saw Suzie, immediately lifted his head and said, I'm so sorry. I can't even see your cervix. If one of those GPs or somebody, after she mentioned she'd been bleeding for so long, had just had a look, they'd have seen that there was something seriously wrong. It shouldn't have even taken that for them to have a look. They should have. And if she was nervous about letting them have a look, or if you are, or, one of those nurses or doctors or someone should have said, everything that you've come in to us and talked to us about over the last year, however long, that's adding up to something not quite right. And you might not want me to have a look, but I'm asking you, I need to have a look, please, today, to make sure. And they should have pushed. They've got a code of empathy. They've got a code to look after their patients. But you're one in, one out. They don't care. They don't care anymore. It's not like it used to be, where you were friends with your GP and you had a relationship with them. They don't want to know. I've actually heard that Suzie could have been number 19 on the list, but they'd have sent number 20 through, but not if you were number 19. They've got targets to hit and things to reach and things like that. So we just want you to know that if you've got pains like that, you need to, or symptoms like that, and you're being told that it's normal or there's nothing wrong, then you must push for more. You must tell them Suzie's story. You must tell them that she was ignored and dismissed. You must tell them that she went for an ultrasound. She was told it was a fibroid, because it's only 7 in a million that aren't. She's one of those 7. So those 7 matter. It doesn't matter that it's 7 in a million that aren't an aggressive form of cancer that's going to kill you. It's the 7 people that matter. It probably isn't, but it might be. If somebody had just said, it might be this, please go and get further investigation, then she wouldn't be losing her life. She wouldn't. We just beg you, please share and tell everybody. There's some more videos that I need to upload and record about me about what I'm going through at the moment. Medically, I'm being dismissed. I'm an identical twin. It's not right. And there's also more videos that are obviously going to come with updates with what's happening to Suze. So please subscribe and like and comment, because if you like and comment, it flings it out there to so many more people. I uploaded those videos yesterday or the day before about the ones that I took 6 months ago. They've had so many shares. People have messaged me from all over the world saying that they can't believe it, that they think the same's happened to them, and they're now going to go and get checked and push for more. This needs to change. I'll make it my life's mission to tell Susie's story, because all she can do now is save other people, because nobody can save her.